Okay. Good evening, Sherry. Nice to talk with you, and thanks for giving me the time to talk with you this evening. We're talking on a Tuesday evening after work. And you're one of my New Australian Life's, or you were one of my New Australian Life's 491 visa candidates, and you went through basically our Migration Plus program where we assisted you with a job and settlement as well. So I'm really just touching base to kind of ask you, first of all, what your thoughts were around the visa process, and then on to how things, how the settlement process went, and more recently, what your thoughts are on living and working in Adelaide, which is where we both are at the moment, and how whether or not you're enjoying the city and your work and life here. So I guess firstly, in terms of the visa process, that all went fairly smoothly for you, didn't it? We're talking in September of 22 now, and we lodged your application in March, and I think I said to you at that stage, look, we should expect a visa result in about September, 6 months from after we've lodged it. But you very quickly did your medical exam and booked your police clearance, and we had a result in April, so just over a month after we lodged the application. You then had to finish up your work in the Philippines and make the move down to Adelaide with the job in hand that we had arranged for you. So just in terms of moving down to Adelaide, I think it was a little bit of a tough journey initially because you either missed a flight or you were delayed. Is that right?
I actually missed the flight from Melbourne going to Adelaide.
Right. Okay. And so you arrived in a little bit late, but there was accommodation ready for you, and Carmen assisted you with things, I think, across that first weekend in terms of Migration Plus services that we offer to clients. But what were your first impressions of moving to Adelaide and the city environment that you found yourself in?
Well, first of all, I would like to say thank you, Simon, and to the rest of the group for helping me to actually have my visa and move in here smoothly with, a couple of months after we lodged my application. So Adelaide has been quite pretty and lovely. People are very accommodating and nice. So it's something that I really appreciate of. Work is also good. It's a very good working environment wherein I get to meet a lot of new specialists, new people, and we get to hang out and talk about things naturally as colleagues. So pretty much the past few months has been smooth and just adorable.
Okay, adorable is a really nice word to hear about your experience, and to say that things are smooth as well as good. Have you had any opportunity to travel outside of Adelaide yet, or you've been too busy just kind of settling in and working?
I haven't had much time to really think about going outside of Adelaide since I'm still adjusting with a lot of new things at work and as well as living in the city because, of course, this is a new country, new culture. So I need to adjust in a lot of things. But hopefully in the coming months, I might go somewhere else to have a vacation or so during the holidays.
Yes, as you, I'm sure you know, we've got the Christmas holidays that come up, and yeah, that's a good might be a good opportunity for you at that stage. What you've got a very positive impression of living and working here, but if you had to say to people or give people, particularly in the Philippines, some advice about coming over or preparing themselves for any challenge, what would you say? Have you got any just words that you might say to people to encourage them or to prepare them for the changes between countries?
Well, this was actually a big move, going to another country. I have never left home ever since I was a kid. I have always lived in the Philippines past 30 years of my life, but I just wanted to grow in my profession, try new things, and just basically come and try to live into a new country. Well, I started off researching which state I wanted to stay in and to settle down. And when I came across with the different states, I just felt like Adelaide was the place for me to stay because it's quite a relaxed city, just like the city where I came from in the Philippines, in Cebu.
Yes.
Nobody really gets a lot of pressure, unlike the other cities. So I pretty much chose Adelaide to stay in because aside from being a laid back city, it also offers me more affordable accommodation and way of living. It's not as costly as the other big cities that I have researched on. So I'm pretty much happy staying in here.
Yeah, okay. And I think that is a kind of a key thing that I sometimes say to people who haven't heard of cities like Adelaide, and they might have only heard of Melbourne or Sydney. And I guess sometimes people earn more money in Melbourne or Sydney, but it costs them more to live there, and those environments can be more stressful. So the 491 visa is still not a bad visa because it puts people in places that are sometimes more comfortable to live and more affordable as well. So that's certainly what you're kind of indicating there. All right, Sherry. Well, I'm not going to hold you up too long, too much longer in your evening. I guess you've had a really good experience so far from what you're saying. I hope it continues to be, just as good an experience going into the future, and that you can continue to develop yourself professionally and hang out with your colleagues as you do, and enjoy Adelaide, and hopefully get some travel into other parts of Australia later on in the year or into next year. So really just wanted to touch base with you, Sherry. Thank you for talking with me, and please stay in touch.
Thank you so much as well, Simon.